Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is B.A.P, and in this video I'm gonna be reacting to Got7's most recent comeback, and as requested by this person, I'm gonna start reacting to every single music video of a group called B.A.P, which I have heard of before. I even like some of their songs, but haven't really delved into that much. So I'm really interested to check out every single of their songs. Because I've heard people compare them a lot to early BTS, and I've seen also people say that a lot of B.A.P fans moved to BTS when B.A.P kind of had problems or something. I don't know. I'm not really well informed in that regard. Also, I'm gonna be reacting to two GFriend B-sides as requested by this person, and I'm honestly really sure that I have heard one of them, that being the song Say My Name. I swear, I think I might have reacted to it, I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it has ended up being uploaded because I searched and I didn't find it anywhere on my channel. So maybe I just had cut it out or something, I don't know, because I can swear that I have heard the song before. But still, I'm happy to react to it again. So yeah, for Got7's comeback, I gotta say I haven't really been the biggest fan of Got7's songs ever since Never Ever, I think. Like, Got7 were one of the first groups that I ever saw when I got into K-pop. The first song of theirs that I ever heard was Just Right, and I instantly loved it. It was one of the songs that I listened to the most when I got into K-pop. Afterwards, I listened also to If You Do and A, and even to this day I think If You Do is their best song they've ever released. I don't know what's exactly about it, it's just it has such an emotional feel, and it's kind of a dark, moody song, so I really love that. And afterwards, I believe it was when they released RtK. I believe that was the first comeback that I saw after I became a fan. And I really loved RtK. Reminded me a lot to BTS's Fire, which was one of my favorite songs back then. It still kinda is. But apparently a lot of people don't like RtK. I really love that song. I don't remember what they released afterwards. I know there was Never Ever, another great song which I really love. But after that they kind of started releasing some songs which I don't want to really call them bad, but they were kind of forgettable. Like For You, I believe that's the name of the song. It wasn't an instant hit for me. It took a while for me to enjoy it. There was afterwards another song, but I'm not sure what but I don't remember the name of. Maybe I'm just mistaking it. Then there was Lullaby, I think it's the song afterwards. And Lullaby, again, took me a while to get into it because I was kind of reluctant, because at that point I was kind of bored of their songs because they didn't release anything that I was really interested in. So I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this one. And also their last comeback, which was, I don't know, I think around April or something, I am not sure when it was. It was the worst song they've ever released. Not because it was super bad or anything, but it was so forgettable. Like, it couldn't give my attention throughout the song, let alone afterwards. Like, I've never felt like that. Like, even through all these reactions that I've done on my channel, I've never felt like that. Like, I couldn't even focus on the song for 5 seconds. It was so forgettable. If you like it, that's completely fine. I'm not saying that you shouldn't like it or that it's terrible. It's just, it was so forgettable. And to me, it was really boring. And because I don't want to really spread negativity, I don't know if I even want to do this reaction necessarily, because if it is anything similar to that, I'm gonna be not necessarily complaining, but have not really anything to say about it, and would forget about it after I'm done. But still, I want to check out more of their releases, because who knows, maybe I'll like it. But also, before we get into it, I'm really not a huge fan of Jackson at this point, because of his comments for Hong Kong. And I know he's from Hong Kong himself, but and a lot of other idols also posted those kind of comments, but specifically him, I wouldn't say I hate him, but I definitely dislike him for that. So overall, I guess you could say that I'm not really a huge fan of this group at this point, but still, I want to check out their music, and we'll see how I'm gonna feel about it afterwards. So let's just get into it. In 3, 2, 1. Cool visual. The thing about it is that I actually really like the members. To me, they're very unique. That's a cool visual. And my bias is Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually, it's a kind of a... No, my bias is Youngjae. My bias wrecker is Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, I think this one is already better than their last song. Yeah, I'm gonna not even comment on anything in regards to Jackson, because I just don't want to create controversies or anything. But I'm really not a fan of his at this point. I'm not asking for him to be booted off the group or anything. Groups have lost too many members this year already. But I'm just not a fan of his. Yeah, I definitely like this one more. I like it. Like, the problem with their last song, it was really... I don't know if it's the right word to be used, but I feel like it was very safe. Like, it didn't try to experiment and use different sounds and unique sounds, which is usually what I call experimental songs, not just experimenting with a different sound yourself. I don't consider that experimental. And I like it. This is experimental. Like, this kind of structure during the chorus, to me, is what I call experimental. So I like that. And this is miles ahead of that other song. Still, not my favorite comeback of the year, but for a Got7 song, it's fine. Wait, is it already over? That was fast. Okay, we're gonna have to get into it right off the bat. So let's go in 3, 2, 1. one thing a bit unrelated to Got7 necessarily is I don't understand why fans love this mature style. To me this is kind of bland, and it really kind of pisses me off when K-pop fans ask for groups to mature. I don't think groups have to mature, especially in this way. Like honestly, it pisses me off personally when a group matures, because maturing to me ends up meaning that the group changes their sound from what I fell in love with to something more mature. Like from Got7 I would want things like Just Right, Never Ever, Hard Carry, If You Do. I love something like that. This is not too far removed from that, but still. It really pisses me off when, as I said, K-pop fans tend to, for some reason, ask for groups to mature, and when they do mature, they end up sounding the same. I hate the mature sound that groups tend to have when they do mature. To me, a lot of the time when groups mature, they end up being bland. I think this song is pretty much on par with Lullaby by how much I like it. Also, is it me or this song has a bit of a retro, maybe 90s sound? Honestly, what's with B.A.P and the move of Twice and Got7 in this retro sound? Because now that I think about it, Lullaby also has that kind of a retro sound. Why is B.A.P pushing it so much, if he is the one pushing it so much? I'm not really a fan of that style, especially compared to Twice's Got7's older sounds, because I honestly like their older sounds more. It's just that that's what I fell in love with, and I really hate them that they're changing it. My annoyance is bigger with Twice than with Got7, because Got7 didn't really have a set sound anyway. So it's easier for them to change their concept every time. Yeah, overall I would say that this song is fine. Like, it's serviceable, but it's not really much more than that, and I guess I'm just not the target demographic because I've never really been all over Got7 that much anyway. They have had some hits, songs which I really like, as I said. If You Do, Hard Carry and Never Ever being the best in my opinion. So honestly, I don't really care what music they release. But still, personally, I would rate this song a 7.4 out of 10. And I explained why, though objectively, I believe it's something like an 8.2. Like, it's perfectly serviceable, it's experimenting with the sound and structure enough to warrant a bit above an 8 out of 10, or otherwise it's pretty much a solid 8 out of 10. Yeah. That's pretty much how I feel about this comeback of Got7, so let's move on to the next thing on the list, that being my reaction to B.A.P's debut song, Warrior. And I don't know how I forgot, I've been going through a lot of groups' discography, and like, how the hell did I forget B.A.P? Because I have not really listened to a lot of their songs. Like I know That's My Jam and Wake Me Up, and Wake Me Up, by the way, is my favorite song of theirs. And I know I said like in one of my last videos that there was a bunch of songs which I randomly heard. I believe it was for Vix's not the Chain Up, Closer. It was a song that I randomly listened to and I loved. And similarly, Wake Me Up was another song that I randomly listened to and loved. For a second there, I thought it was a BTS song, honestly. And as I said, there have been comparisons between B.A.P and BTS. I don't know exactly what era of BTS is compared to B.A.P. I'd imagine something from the earlier BTS, because B.A.P, I know that they've disbanded either this year or last year because their company is really terrible with everything. And honestly, I think I'm gonna love them a lot, because I think they have one of the things that I love most about BTS, and that being the hip-hop rap kind of sound, and the social messages. I really love that. And honestly, they also have a lot of similarities in members-wise with BTS, because from the one song that I have listened to a lot and have seen the music video a lot, that being That's My Jam, there's some scenes in which one of the members, which I'm gonna point out when I do the reaction to that video, looks a lot like Jimin, and I believe, you know what, I'm gonna just compare him when I get to that. Yeah, let's just get into their debut song and see whether I'm gonna like it. So let's just go in 3, 2, 1. Isn't TS Entertainment the company of one of the first groups that I reacted to, that being TRC and G? I don't know how their name is supposed to be pronounced. This is gonna be a really hard song to get into. For several reasons, because it's 2014 K-pop, and because it's a very rough rap song. Like, it's even hard, like, I love that shit, and it's still even hard for me to get into this one. You know, people nowadays complain about noise music in K-pop. What do you think this was? Like, holy shit. Shit. You know what I said about members looking a lot like BTS? This guy looks like a lot like Suga. And by the way, Suga is my bias in BTS. I think after a few listens is when I'm gonna fall in love with it a lot. But yeah, this is even rougher hip-hop sound than BTS's debut. Honestly, I can see Stray Kids with their current concept doing something like this. Like, I'm pretty sure this dance right now that they're doing is definitely inspired from some other culture, because I believe Stray Kids did choreography inspired by Maori culture from New Zealand. So I'm pretty sure this one was inspired by some other culture too. But this song is experimental as fuck. Okay, I'm instantly going to the second reaction because there's gonna be so much to talk about afterwards, like. But I first have to gather my thoughts about how exactly I feel about this song. So let's just get into it in 3, 2, 1.
Warriors back. We gonna rock this.
Yeah, they definitely remind me a lot to BTS a lot. In some shots he looks like RM. And one of the members at one point looked like Jin. I think it was this guy. But I gotta say, all of them having blonde hair is not helping me distinguish them from each other. Like, usually you can at least tell K-pop group members by their different hair, but this is way too hard. I just read one of the comments and it says, I like the one with the blonde hair and dark clothes. Honestly, it might actually even be Maori too, because I'm seeing some similar movements. Okay. B.A.P's sound is definitely in line with my current tastes in K-pop. Like, this is exactly what I love. That's why I fell in love with NCT, especially last year and this year, because they kept releasing these cool experimental songs like Simon Says. Um, I cannot think of all the songs. I cannot think of all the names, but you know, if you are a fan of NCT, you know what I'm talking about. And Stray Kids also moved into that sound this year with Miro, Side Effects, Double Knot, and most likely with their next comeback, which is gonna be on 9th of December because it was pushed back because of Woojin. And I really love this song, but it still hasn't really caught on to me, this song. That is most likely because those songs tend to be the most enjoyable from the second day to maybe 2-3 weeks afterwards, until you get bored out of them. Like, when you first listen to them, they're not really that interesting and impressive because they're so incoherent and your brain hasn't figured out yet how the song goes to enough to satisfy you. Like, similarly, I felt like that for Red Velvet's Simsalabim, and I know that's why a lot of people hated the song. And at first when I listened to it, it was really fucking incoherent, but the more I listened to it, the more I freaking loved it. I just love music like this. And one of the comments said that B.A.P with this concept and Newest with their debut concept, if they debuted today, they would have broken the charts, and I agree. I agree, those two styles are really good. Especially this nowadays would work 100%. Like, so many groups are kind of doing the same thing with hype tracks and anthem songs and everything. So personally, even though I'm still not all over the song, I think the potential for me to really love it is there, so I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 for that. Though objectively I think it's a 10 out of 10, and the more I listen to it, I think the more I'm gonna love it. And I'm really looking forward to going through all of their whole discography. Maybe I could react even to B-sides if you guys request me some which you think are the best, because I don't like going through them myself, because I don't know which songs are really good, and I don't want to go through all of them little by little. I prefer going from maybe the best to the worst and just going specifically for the ones you guys want me to. Yeah, let's move on to GFriend and my reaction to their two songs, Say My Name and Love Star. And as I said, I can swear that I have reacted to Say My Name. Like, at the very least, I've tried to react to it. Maybe because there was at one point in which I tried to react to, but for some reason I wasn't really able to record it properly. I don't know if I was annoyed or something. I don't remember. It was like last month or something. But yeah, I'm still gonna listen to it. I'm still gonna react to it. So let's just get into it in 3, 2, 1. Also, because I'm pretty sure I have listened to this song before and maybe even attempted to react to it, I'm gonna be reacting to it only once. Yeah, I think I remember liking this kind of instrumental. Like I really like songs that stand out from the bunch. From their B-sides, I think this is one of my most favorite. Damn, wait, was that Una's singing in a lower voice? I think I was even surprised by that when I tried to react to it. Like, vocally, this song is so impressive to me. Like, in this song specifically, and Una really impressed me. In her first verse in the beginning, and Una with that lower voice was so shocking to me. Yeah, this and this back to back sounds so good, especially Una's lower voice. Like, you don't hear her sing in a lower voice that much, and she sounds so good despite that. And if you have watched my videos, you might know that I tend to call 17 songs like the songs are kind of weird with the lyrics sounding so perfect, like they were meant to be written like that. I don't know how exactly to explain it. Their lyrics just sound right, and that thing kind of applies to this song too. Like, it feels perfect. Like, there's no point where I feel like the lyrics sound weird or feel out of place or anything. It just sounds perfect, and I really appreciate that. Like, that elevates the song even more. But as I said, I have listened to this song before. Technically, I don't remember when I tried to react to it, but I'm pretty sure now that I did try to react to it. So I don't think how much my ratings can be considered valid, because when I have listened to a song before and it's not a first impression, I have a hard time judging the song properly. So I'm gonna try my best still. Personally, I would give this song an 8.9 out of 10. It's 8.9 and not a simple 8, mainly because those two impressive parts of and Una, which really came out of nowhere for me. Even on my first listen, I was really impressed by it, and I really liked it, and I wish there was more songs in which Una sung in a lower voice, because I think she sounds really well. And yeah, it's just a really impressive song. I really love songs that stand out from the traditional song of the group. Specifically if that group's sound is not really something that I love listening to a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, I like GFriend style and I have no problem with them doing that. But some of their songs, or should I say maybe a lot of their songs, kind of sound too similar, and I know that has been a complaint of some people towards GFriend, and I disagree also, because that complaint has been mainly for the title tracks, which the title tracks have just been in the same style. And I don't mind when a group keeps doing the same style. I actually really love that, especially if it's something that I like. But as a person, as somebody who is not a huge fan of this sound specifically, I prefer when they stick out of it a little, which is why I really like this song. But still, I think objectively it would be a 10 out of 10, because as I said, it's kind of perfect. Like, I cannot really pick anything bad about the song. Maybe someone's part where she repeats that jump jump, but even then that still fits with the song. It's not really out of place or anything. It's just compared to the rest of the song, which is kind of smooth, and GFriend, that kind of comes out of nowhere, but it still somehow fits in the song. But yeah, let's move on to the last song of this video, that being GFriend Love Star, and I'm sure that this song I have not heard before, and it's probably going to be your run-of-the-mill GFriend song, but still, you never know. So let's just get into it in 3, 2, 1. I was right. Even though it's kind of already a run-of-the-mill GFriend song, it's still fine. Like, that's not a complaint that I have towards the song. Still kind of has, it plays around a little despite that, with the sound and the structure and everything. I liked how she pronounced that Soleoton. That was cool. I like that this song. I like the playfulness of this song. Weirdly enough, I think I like this one more than the last one. Just because of how playful it is. And actually, this is not that much of a GFriend song, if I gotta be honest. Like, GFriend songs don't tend to be that playful. Like, this song sound goes more over that general cute sound that groups pre-2016 or maybe even 2018 as late tended to have. Nowadays, most groups tend to have a girl crush sound, but back then they used to have a cute, playful sound, and I feel like that this song sound leans into that more than the traditional GFriend sound. Yeah, let's listen to it one more time because I was actually surprisingly liking it. So let's go in 3, 2, 1. Is that the members talking? I really like the rhythm of this part, which I think is the chorus, but I really like how playful it is. It's so fun. I think this might be even good enough to be a title track and have a music video. And I believe this is one of their older albums. Judging by when this video was posted, I assume it was from maybe 2015, 2016. I mean, that's when they debuted. So this is gotta be... Also, judging by the pictures, I think that might be from their debut album. Or whatever Rough was released in. Yeah, I think this is good enough to be a title track. I honestly can't imagine even the music video in my head. Maybe if they had this one as a title track, people won't be saying that they have the same sound, because this one sounds different from your traditional GFriend track. I mean, even Ruff and Navilera sound different from the first few songs GFriend released when they debuted. That was a cool sound. I think that was several members singing together, but I really like that part in which they screamed together. It sounded really cool. Okay. I don't want to repeat myself, so I'm just gonna go towards the ratings, and personally I think it's gonna be a 9 out of 10 for me. Mainly because of the playful sound that it has, which stands out from the rest of GFriend's music. At least from my perception of their music. Because they might have, and they probably have, other playful songs like this. Objectively, I'm not exactly sure how to rate it, because I don't really know. I cannot really imagine what GFriend fans might feel about this song. Like, I could see it both be considered a 10 out of 10 and an 8 out of 10. It just depends on your personal tastes, so I'm not really sure. I think let's just rate it a 9 out of 10 objectively too, as a compromise between the two, because I can see some GFriend fans not liking it for how playful it is, and others loving it for the same reason like I do. So yeah, it's gonna be a 9 out of 10 on personal and objective opinion. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, check out the links in the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you do end up enjoying my stories, or you simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to Patreon or Subscribestar and pledge your support over there. But that is not necessary. You can still help out in other ways, like, as I said, liking this video, subscribing, and especially by sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And if you have any requests for songs or groups to check out, comment them down below and I'll make sure to do it as soon as possible, though I do have a list and I tend to go to the most to the oldest request first, so it might be a few days until I do your request of a song. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video, so I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!